Today I'm going to show you how to fold an origami Brontosaurus by Samuel Randlett for the Origami USA Annual Gift 2017. I'm going to start with a colored piece of paper. This is a piece of kami, which is colored on one side and white on the other. For your Brontosauruses, you can choose paper that's colored on both sides if you would like. Only one side of the paper ends up showing. But for teaching, I'm going to use a piece of kami. I'm going to take the paper, I'm going to fold it in half, side to side, and make a crease. Unfold, rotate the paper, fold to side again, and make a crease. Unfold. We now have the center of our paper, which is an intersection right there. We're going to take one of the top corners of our paper and we're going to fold it down to touch that intersection that I just showed you. Make sure you line up your points and you can make a nice firm crease. We'll take the opposite point. We will also fold it down to the intersection, center of the paper, and make a crease. Now what we want to do is rabbit ear this triangle. For a rabbit ear, we're going to take just this top layer, we're going to take the bottom edge, we're going to fold it to the outside folded edge, and we'll make a crease, and we'll make a crease a little bit further than halfway, and unfold, and you see the diagonal crease that's left. Now we'll take the inside raw edge of that triangle, fold it also out to the outer folded edge. Make sure you make a nice point. Line up your edge nice. And then make a crease a little bit longer than halfway. So now you should have two diagonal lines that meet somewhere here. To make the rabbit ear, we're going to bring both of these diagonal lines into the center, bringing these edges together and gently making a crease so that our point is nice here on the end. Pivot it back and forth, and then go ahead and lie it down towards the bottom of the model. Go ahead and make a rabbit ear on this side as well. And take this bottom edge, fold it up to the outside folded edge, make a crease a little bit more than halfway, unfold, take the inner raw edge, fold it to the outside folded edge. Again, line up your point and your edges and make a crease that's a little bit further than halfway down. Again, you will see that you have an intersection of both of these diagonals. We're going to fold both of these diagonals in, bringing them together, making sure we make a nice point here where they come together, and then pivot that back and forth so we have a nice rabbit ear. And then fold that rabbit ear down towards the base of the model. All right, we're going to turn our paper over. Again, we are going to focus on this intersection of our two book folds. We're going to take a corner down here, fold it up to the intersection that I just showed you. Take this point now, fold it up to that middle intersection as well, trying to make a nice point down here at the bottom of the model. Unfold. Now, we're going to use these diagonals as our landmarks. We're going to fold the bottom edge to that diagonal, line it right down along the edge of that crease. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Trying to make sure we have a nice point down here on the bottom. Right. Now what we're going to do is we have a crease along here already, and we're going to make a valley fold up just along that crease. We're not making any new creases. We already have that crease. I'm going to fold it up right like that. Making some strong creases there. Now we're ready to make a rabbit ear on both sides of this model. We're going to make a rabbit ear on this big triangle. We do that again by bringing this folded edge, which is several thicknesses of paper, bring it all together and bring it to that center vertical and lie it right down along that center vertical, making a valley on this side of the paper. Go ahead and crease the paper all the way down to that center horizontal. Now the next crease for your rabbit ear will be right along here, right along this colored edge. And we will make that by bringing this folded edge all the way in to lie on this vertical. It may go a hair over because of the thickness of your paper. Don't worry about that. Right? Now we have our two creases for our rabbit ear. We will bring them both in together, bringing that point together, pivoting it, and then laying it down towards the bottom of the model. That is the rabbit ear on this side of the paper. We'll now fold a rabbit ear on this side of the paper by bringing this folded edge, which has several thicknesses, to the middle vertical crease, which lies right along there. Go ahead and creasing just to that middle crease line and unfold. Now we're going to make a crease along here, along this colored edge, by bringing it to the center crease. So then now you have two creases that will help you form your rabbit ear. Bring both of these creases into the middle, bringing all these layers together and folding it down towards the bottom of the model. As you can see, I had a little bit of paper creep here. When you're folding this, you want to leave a little fudge factor on some of these layers, a little gap, so that you'll have a little bit nicer point to your model. All right, now looking at this side, we're going to mountain fold and rotate our model. We're going to now work on the legs of our Brontosaurus. All right, you can see that there is a triangle flap here and a pivot point on that flap. We're going to bring the folded edge of that triangular flap to lie on that vertical crease that goes perpendicular to the base of your model. Okay. We're going to do the same thing on the front flap. We're going to bring this folded edge, and if you can't see where that pivot point is, just fold it back and forth to get that vertical crease. Then bring the folded edge to the center, and there you have two of your legs. Now what we're going to do is fold a rabbit's ear again. We unfold our legs. We already have the first crease of our rabbit ear. Now we need this crease. And we do that by folding the bottom edge to lie upon that center vertical. So now you should have a crease that goes down there and a crease that goes there. They're two diagonal creases. We can bring them in, we can bring them together to form a point. And then lay it down. And what that does is skinny the base of your leg. Okay, now we'll do the rabbit ear to the front. You can see you already have a diagonal crease there. You need another diagonal crease coming up like that. We'll do that by bringing this bottom edge to lie on that perpendicular vertical crease. Make a crease halfway from there to there. Now you have your two creases, here and here. We will bring the sides of that together so they come together in a point. Forming a rabbit ear. Lay the rabbit ear down towards the base of the model, and now you have the two front legs completed. We will repeat on the back. This is our back leg, this large triangle. We're going to move it back and forth so we can see where that middle perpendicular vertical crease is. We're going to take this folded edge and we're going to bring it down, fold it over to lie on that vertical crease. And we've just made a valley crease there. Now we're going to try to make a crease from here to there. We do that by bringing the bottom edge to lie right on top of that vertical edge. So now we have two valleys that come together. We put our fingers out here, push those both in together so that they line up together in a point. And lay it down to complete the rabbit ear. Okay, repeat on the front leg. We're going to bring this folded at, make sure we have our vertical perpendicular crease, which we will bring our folded diagonal down to lie on top of it, making a crease a little more than halfway. Unfold. We will bring the bottom edge to lie on that vertical crease. And now we have our two creases for our rabbit ear. We will bring them together. To a point. Once you have them together in a point, you can lay it down to complete your rabbit ear. And now you have front and back legs. What we want to do now is make some very tiny inside reverse folds for the legs, for the feet actually. So we put our finger inside the two layers and just gently push in. Reclose it. And you can either let your feet stick out or you can push it all the way in. To make little stubby feet like that. Okay, we're going to repeat on the back. Put our finger inside these two layers. Push in a little bit. Hide that. And you're just squaring off the back of the feet. Again, on the back legs. Open up our layers. Push in a little bit of the paper. Refold our rabbit ear. And we have a foot. On the back, open up, push in, and refold it. All right, so there we have our legs, front and back. Now I'm going to start working on the head. And we're going to do an inside reverse of the neck. What we need to do is make a pre-crease by bringing this bottom folded edge, which has several layers, has a raw layer and a folded layer, several folded layers. I'm going to bring it up to just lay on top of those tiny front legs, making a really nice firm crease here. Right? Unfold. Now what we want to do is open it up. If we look on the side that our legs are on, you'll see that we have a V here. One of those is a mountain and one is a valley. We want them both to be mountains. So change the direction of that valley crease, and then you can push those layers inside and refold your paper, and there you have the neck. Right, now we're going to make a head. And if we look at our neck here, we want to be about 1/3 of the way down when we make our crease. So we're going to make a crease which should be a valley crease. And once it's made, the bottom of the head should be sort of parallel to the body, if we can. Crease it well and unfold. And again, we're going to open the layers here inside the neck and look at the back of it, and you'll see one is a mountain and one is a valley. We want both of them to be mountains. So we change the direction, and then we can push in those layers of paper, refold, and now we have a head. The head is a little bit small, so what we want to do is we want to release some of the paper that's inside this head. So I'm going to try to show you. There's 2 layers of paper here. So we're going to reach in. I'm going to do it from this side first because it's easier for me being right-handed. I'm going to reach in and free that second layer of paper there. And I'm just going to fold it down so that it makes the head a little bit larger. Okay, same thing on the back. If we open this up a little bit, it can be helpful. Reach in. See how there's 2 layers there? I'm just going to fold that down, and now we have a larger head on our Brontosaurus. All right, now all we have to do is finish the tail. We have a big long tail here, and we want to shape it a little bit. So we're going to start our crease down here where the Brontosaurus back leg meets the body. And we want to make a diagonal crease to start an inside reverse fold. We want the end of the diagonal to be right about the middle of our tail. And if you'd like, you can make a little pinch mark. All right. And then your crease will go from here to here, from this inner point out to here. And so now you can see about the angle. We still have some of the body behind the leg. We've got the tail sticking upward, but it goes underneath that leg, that crease. You see that again. All right, now unfold, and that was our preparation for our inside reverse on the tail. Again, we're going to open up our body and look at the back side where the legs are. And you see there's a valley and a mountain. We want them both to be mountains. So I'm going to reverse that and push all that paper inside, bringing those two mountains together to create my inside reverse fold. And your paper is going to get a little bit thick here on the tail, and try to keep your paper, try as best you can to keep your paper from creeping when you do that inside reverse. All right. Now we want the tail to go a little down again because a Brontosaurus tail slopes down. And we're going to do an inside reverse fold again, but there are no pre-creasing landmarks available except shaping. So what we want to do is look inside our model, and we'll see that we want to make an inside reverse that starts right here at this point and goes down somewhere pretty deep into the tail. So we'll start our inside reverse a little bit up beyond the V that we already have. I'm sorry, beyond the V that we already have. So what I do is I put my finger underneath the model and I push, and then shape my inside reverse, and I'm pulling it so that it goes deep within where we already have the tail formed. And we want the crease to go as close up here as you can. Sometimes you will go about that far, and then if you look at the diagrams, there'll be an extra optional fold that you can do to get rid of that. But you can, if you're careful, you can pull this down all the way to where that step number 17 is optional and not necessary. Here you can see the edge that is, you can fold on step 17 a small amount over to make this a little bit smoother tail. You can see on this model that I folded with tissue foil, and it's very thin, that I was able to fold over a small amount of paper, making a more smooth line here on the tail. Again, step 17 is optional, You can finish it either way that you would like. Good luck folding your Brontosaurus. Remember that Origami USA would like to receive them no later than October 21st. Thank you for your help and support with the annual gift.